You need to use all of your brain, sir. All your brain. Good day, everybody. Hello, and how are you? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you guys are here. Today we're gonna do some body work. We're gonna do some structural body work. Now, I'm not a body shop. I don't usually do body shop stuff. We've got this this Ram ProMaster in here. I think it's a Dodge 2500 or so. It's got the Cheese Pentastar 3.6, and the customer had complained because the rear parking aid sensor system was inoperative, and we had found it was missing one of the rear parking sensors out of the back of it. I guess there was some kind of collision action that took place. The pigtail is torn off of it. We are sourcing one of those now, and we had to put in at least one sensor. I think it's just the one over here. Yeah, a little round radar sensor guy. But what I had noticed after we took off this little bumper plate thing is that the structural support on the back side of the vehicle has been damaged and smashed and bent in. See that brake right there? This thing has been pushed in a little bit. Now, I do believe that those sensors are calibrated assuming that the bumper is going to be perpendicular to the body lines of the vehicle and the frame and not twisted. So in order to make this work whatsoever, we're gonna have to straighten this thing out. So there's a couple possible ways of doing that. We can buy this entire piece and unbolt it and put it in, or I can just try to yank this thing back out and straighten it some. I'm just gonna go ahead and yank it back out and straighten it, and then probably throw some weld on it because the weld is broken here and this is busted in half here. So we're gonna back a Tahoe up to the back of this truck and probably get a come along, and we're gonna winch this thing back out, straighten it out by eyeball as best we can, and then weld it back together. So stay tuned because this ought to be a very good video.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Crazy. Alright, let's chain that thing back up and loop it around. This particular door likes to fall down all by itself, so we got to chain her up on the stop right there. Anyway, let's go fetch a tow vehicle here and do something about yanking that bumper out. And I've got the perfect truck in mind. It's not really the perfect truck to use as a boat anchor, but it was the perfect opportunity to fire up the Supercharged LS Tahoe. I thought you guys would appreciate that. This particular truck is a 2007 model. It's a GMT 900, which is different than the GMT 800s like my Silverado and that one over there and that one over there. That's a different chassis platform. This is the new body style 07, I think it's a 7 through 13 body style, slightly different. This is a Power Stroke Tech Talk YouTube channel's vehicle. It's his Aaron's truck. It lives down here because he spends a lot of time down here and he needs a car. So he brought this thing down and it lives at my house now. I've just been driving it this week. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna back this Tahoe up to that Dodge over there, and we're gonna winch the bumper back out using this particular vehicle. It sounds so nasty. I love it. Alright, enough screwing around. Let's shut her down. Alright, so first things first here, we're gonna need a trailer hitch to pull off of. There's no hitch on the Tahoe. So what we'll do is plug this receiver in, like so. We need to pin it, and then we'll probably use come-alongs, I think, to make the connection. Okay, got a come-along here and a pin to keep that thing in place. Good. So, hope I got enough cable on this. What we're gonna do is connect this guy to that guy and then winch it down and pull that thing out. Let's see if it works. Gonna need some chain. Oh no, that is not okay. Look at that. There's a knot in the chain. That is a surefire way to ruin your chain. And chain is expensive. Do not knot your chain. Do not knot. You guys see what I did there? Do not knot it. There we go. Beautiful. So this other side, I'm gonna go ahead and just connect the chain to the bumper, and then we'll pull the chain with the come along. That seems to be safe and easier and much more adjustable-ish. That's not what I wanted to happen. Okay, connect this guy right here to that link. Release the locking tabs on this thing and then give it a tug. Where are you? That's all we get. It's not a lot. I expected for more. Oops. All right, a little short on the chain action. That's fine. We'll just shorten it up right here. Connect it right there, and then we're good. Is this gonna work, fellas? Maybe, maybe not. I think I need to move the chain over. We're putting too much pull right here. We are reset. My only concern is this might slide over a little bit as we crank it down, but let's just give it a shot and see what it does. It's either gonna work or it's not, right? What was that? Snappages. We're getting kind of somewhere. A little bit more. Yeah, we're getting close. Okay, so still got this divot thing or that bend in it right there. So we're gonna knock that down with the classic linear impact driver. Loud noises, everybody, watch out. Hammer that down. Something moved. There we go. That's pretty close. I mean, it still has a bit of a twist in it. I don't know if I can get that twist out. I probably could if I built like something that would kind of sleeve over this that was levered. I could lever it down. I don't know if I'm gonna put that kind of work into it. This is pretty close right here. Maybe a pry bar can kind of work that out some. Go from here to here, pry bar it out. Let me try that real quick. Make it a little bit more straighter. I choose this one, big pry bar. Slide that in. Yeah, that might do it. That's about as good as it's gonna get, I think. Pretty good. This, can't really bend that down. I think that's about right. Let's loosen this up and see if this thing relaxes and goes back to the dent and smashed position. Completely safe operation. There's no danger here. Yeah, I should be using chains for this and things of that nature. I also should not be stepping over cables under tension. So this lever right here locks in the wheel, the drum that's hanging onto the cable here. We need to use this lever to tighten it some to take the pressure off of this tab here, and then we can let the thing slide back. Back again. Tension, release. The van is walking forward. You guys probably can't see it, but yeah, it's rolling forward. I could just hop in the Tahoe and back it up, but where's the fun in that? I'll have to move the wheel chocks. I don't want to do all that. So when there's sufficient tension released off of this, you can release both tabs at once. Maybe. There we go, both tabs at once, and then give it a tug and the drum will spin free. Release some more tension, then we can disconnect. Good to go. Okay, let's admire the handiwork here and see what we got. Yeah, not the greatest, but I think that should be sufficient. That's as straight as it's gonna get. So I think I'll grab a welder real quick and buzz a bead onto here and here so this doesn't, maybe down there. Yeah, let me throw a bead of weld on this just to try to strengthen it again. Twisted metal. In my limited welding experience, I have learned you can't really weld on paint, and we have a bunch of paint here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this angle grinder, and I've got a flap wheel disc on it. It's not a cutoff wheel or a grinding wheel, it's actually just a bunch of squares of sandpaper laid out in this, like in a laid down fashion. And as the blade rotates, it's gonna run that sandpaper over the surface. So we're gonna pull away a bunch of the rust and some of that metal right there and expose this. That way we can get a good clean weld on it. Loud noises. Highly effective. Let's hit that bottom side real quick. Lay it down here. Very good. All right, one more round with the hammer right here. Where is that hammer? Ah, I feel it. Yeah, there she is. I want to bend that little tab business up right there just a wee bit if I can. No, I cannot. Nope, it's too flexy. All right, well, let's hook the machine up and start the weld. Engage, safety, squints. Now. Felt it go pop when I was sitting on it. slag off. Now there's a little bit of crack right here. I'm gonna fill in that crack around the corner so it does not propagate any further. And then that section's good. Good, I think. Let's move this to another location. Weld right through here. Yeah, this thing popped out a little bit. I might, yeah, look at here, look what it did. See that spacing we have there now? This thing went back in. I'm gonna chain it back up right here and do another pull on it. Straighten it out, and then I'll weld it while it's pulled back, because I felt it pop when I think I burnt through a spot weld that was right here, and then it popped and went back in. So it does have some internal pressure. I'm gonna do another pull, definitely. Back to the chain. What I'll do is I'll chain up and then do the pull on it and leave it. I'll leave the tension on it this time around. Yeah, we'll pull it from right there at the weld. That's a perfect spot. Yeah. Is it gonna move? You guys keep an eye on it. Tell me if it moves. Pull in any, maybe a little bit. That didn't work. Check out my master plan. I stuck a couple pieces of wood in here and a brake caliper spreader. I'm gonna use that to push the rest of that beam back into alignment. See that? Now we're cooking. That's what we like. There's a bit of a gap here. Maybe I can clamp on it and close that gap up. I'm gonna make this fit. Beat it until it fits. Okay, so I've got a big old clamp on this outer part right here, kind of pressing it down. I'm gonna throw a bead in that crack right there to hold it. Then we'll pull the clamp away and do the full weld on it. Safety squints engage, please. A little bit more. Okay, that's good. Release. Looking good. That'll do. Beautiful. All right. I'm gonna make the weld through here, and that should handle the top side. Well, that's pretty. A little bit more filler right here in this corner. I think that's a modest victory right there. Oh yeah. Get the slag hammer. Where is my slag hammer? Whatever. Wire brush. I've done worse. Worse welds. What do you guys think? For a non-structural, non-visible weld, is that gonna work? A little bit of splatter on that one. I think it'll hold together. Okay, a couple more. Let me get this bottom side fixed up, and then we'll release all the pressures and tensions and chains and all that good stuff and whatever, and then we'll let the flip bumper thing back on if the sensor connector gets here. We're waiting on a connector to show up. So I don't know if we're gonna finish this or not. Waiting on parts. Yep, burnt through it. Burnt through it again, yep. There's a cavity in there and that metal is thin. It's like welding exhaust. A master of filling in my burnt through holes. Absolute master. I'm a master of bad welder. All right, laying down the bottom here. This is the hard part. We fill in this bottom gap and we're all set. Get out of here. Go with that. I'll take it. What do you guys think? I think that's gonna hold up just fine. Very good. Hey Troy, do me a favor. Will you hop in this Tahoe real quick? I don't feel like going through the exercise of releasing that. Hop in this unit, fire it up, and just back it up like a couple inches. Yeah. You have to drive on top of this wheel chock right here, I think. I got it. There we go. Yeah, key's in it, man. Alright, yeah, come on back. Come on back, come on back. Good, shut it down. Kill it, thank you, sir. Well, that was smart. Look at that, I almost smashed the cell phone with a come along. Bad business. Okay, so, well, that's not bad business. That would just been a stupid move on my part. Release the brake caliper compressor. It's relaxing a little, but I'd say that's good to go. Scrub this off some. I'll throw some paint on it so it doesn't rust out, and then we're gonna call it a day on this one. I think that's a successful non-structural welded repair. There we go. It's hot. It's real hot, look at that. Whew. My glasses are lubricated due to the perspiration of my epidermis. The dermals are saturated. There. Woo! Alright, now it's time for some higher performance enamel. Not sponsored, that's just what I have here. I meant to do that. That was part of the show.
You should.
Yeah! All right. See if this cooled off enough where it's gonna cook my paint. And calling that good. I'd say it's good. What do you guys think? Straighter than it was, not as straight as it could be, but it's gonna hold that bumper, and nobody except for 100,000 of you guys is ever gonna know that this happened. So we got it. That's definitely a major win. Well, maybe not a major win, but it's a win as far as I'm concerned. And since it's 170,000 degrees today, yeah, since it's that warm today, everything we do is a win. The fact that we're able to stand here and breathe the air is a win. It's windy. It's a windy win. There we go. I couldn't help myself. I walked by and I saw the ugliness of the paint not matching, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna spray the whole thing. It's gonna take 30 seconds. It's gonna look a million times better, and I am aware that no one will ever see this. I know. But this is the way that I am, and that's why it's getting painted. There. Now the whole thing's painted, much more better. Okie dokie. Well, it is end of day, fellers and ladies and everybody else in between. I'm all set. We're about to leave. The van is in limbo because we need some connectors for the rear bumper, so that thing's not going back on right now. So that being said, I have nothing more to offer you fine individuals on this particular video, other than a thank you for watching this video. So as always, thank you one more time for watching. I appreciate you guys being here. Please feel free to engage that like and subscribe button at the bottom of the page. While you're down there, leave me a comment or two, and most importantly, do not forget to have yourselves a fantastic day. See you guys later in a video. That light glare is horrible. In a transmission. See ya.